G'day guys, Pete and Pete's Tools, how are you going today? Right, today what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the water trap on this CUT-55 machine, and then we can plug it in and we can see if she lights up and see if the thing will actually cut, eh? Same as usual guys, you like my videos, subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment, say good day in the comments below, and let's get into it. So the first thing I suggest with this machine guys, if you haven't seen my other video about the instruction book of this machine, just go and check that out first, and I'll tell you what to do with this instruction book. Throw it away guys, it's a piece of junk. Hopefully the machine's a bit better than the instructions. So what we're going to do guys is, like I said, we're going to put the water trap on the back of this little beast so we can actually see if she fires up and we can do some cutting with it. So what you're going to need for this, it should already be supplied coming out of wherever you brought it from. It should all come in the box. Well, we've got a couple of hose clips and a couple of snap-on fittings here guys, see that? So we're going to need them. We're going to need the earth lead later when we fire it up for the first time, so we'll just chuck that over there guys. We've got some hose here for the snap-on fittings. Going to need a little bit of air hose. And we've got a water trap here. All this comes included, or you should have it in your kit when you get your plasma cutter guys. So we've got a water trap like this. And also we've got just got a little bracket like so. So if we grab our little holder thing here guys, as you can see you get a holder with it. Now that will go on to here, and it's got a little tit on it like that, see that guys, and that will fit into this water trap here. If you notice here it's got the little spaces there for the little tit there as well, so what we basically need to do is make sure that that fits in there. Once we take off this plastic thing here, we'll slide that on there and that tit will fit in there. No problemo whatsoever. So we'll just take these out guys, make sure you don't lose them. I lose them half the bloody time, they fly on the workshop floor and then you spend the next hour looking for them, which is probably not a good look, sort of. So we just screw these on here guys, grab the other screw guys and just whack it in there. You don't need to go a hell of a tight, just enough that it doesn't fall off. We've already stripped the screw there by the look of it. I noticed that when I was taking it out. It's pretty crappy. But anyway, that one there tightens up, but I can't get that to tighten up. Quality, obviously. Let's try and tighten it up just with a screwdriver, and it's just going round and round and round. I thought it felt a bit strange, but anyway, we shall continue on. If that's all that's wrong with it, we're not doing too badly, I don't think. Right, now what you need to do guys is grab your water trap and it'll have an arrow on it. As you can see guys, this is the back, it's got a bung in it, we don't need to take that out. So if you look at this guys, we've got an arrow heading that direction there, so that means our air is coming in from here from the compressor and it's going out this way. So this shiny little nut thing here with the sticker on it is sticking outwards, if you know what I mean. If we try and put it around the other way, then it basically won't work. So we're going this direction, just follow the arrows this way. So if you imagine the side of your machine is where your air comes in from, your air comes in from there, comes out there, and it's got to go down to there. That's all we're doing with this guys. We're just setting it up so that the air's got a way to flow into your torch. Now with this Yeswelder machine here, we've got a couple of snap-on fittings. This is like a snap-on fitting, and we've got another couple in this bag here that they've provided us, like so. So what we need to do is put one of these snap-on fittings on this side so that we can go from here to here, and then what they're basically given us is another snap-on fitting here for the other side. But I don't know anyone who's got a compressor in their workshop that has a snap-on fitting like this that plugs into a machine. Normally, they provide you with something that looks like this, which is for an air connector, which is just a snap-on, snap-off air connector, because you're going to use the same air hose on several different machines. Now, if you're going to use this one that they provided for you, it's going to cause all sorts of issues because it's not the right sort for most compressor lines. Most of them use an aero fitting like this. That's easy to snap on and snap off. So what we'll do, guys, is I'll put my one in here, like so. And what we'll do is we'll tighten both of these up before we attach it onto the back of the machine. Otherwise we're going to put a whole lot of weight on it, and this little thing here is a flimsy ad, so we don't want to snap it off. So we'll just tighten them up guys. You don't have to swing on these things, just a little bit, just a little tweak. Did you hear that? It went tweak. And my snap-on fitting on the other side, tweak. And then what you do, guys, is you just take off this little thing here. Now remember that tip thing that I showed you before? Take that off, put that up there like so, and that little tip thing goes in there. And we screw this back up. And Bob's your wombat. Yeehaw! Ear goes in here, ear comes out there to there. So now all we do, they have given us a nice length of hose, a really long length of hose. So what we're going to do is just measure a bit of it, cut a lump off. Don't push that in too far when you measure it, because it's a pain in the neck to get it out. And then what you need to do, give yourself enough hose that you're not crimping it like so and it blocks the air. So what you need is a nice sort of rounded shape of the hose. But you don't want too much sticking out, because when you put this on your shelf, it's going to get caught up in all sorts of other crap, and then half the time you might knock it off and do all sorts of ugly stuff with it. Well, I do anyway, because I'm basically clumsy, you know how it is, guys. So just measure roughly like so, just eyeball it, and then get your knife or scissors or whatever you're using. And just whack them off. There we go, guys. So we've got a whole lot of this hose left, so we'll just put that over there for future reference. Now what you need to do, guys, is just push them in. You can feel it going like that, and it stops. Give it a shove and you'll hear it go ka-clunk, and what that does is it stops it from pulling out. These things have got little sort of teeth on them, and it's one-way teeth, and when you put your hose in like that, the teeth grab it and it stops it from coming out. And it's also got a little O-ring around here. Now to release that, all you do is push the blue thing down and pull it out like so. Push this in and pull the hose at the same time. But bear in mind, guys, every time you do that, the O-ring gets more and more worn and you might end up with leaks. That's why I use the snap-on connector on this side. In like so, grab the other end of it, just fold them over like that. Remember I said just give yourself enough hose that it doesn't pinch itself and block off the airflow. Push them in like so. Beautiful. Right, now we're all set. So this is what I mean, guys, with my snap-on ear fitting. This is my ear line here that goes to my compressor, and then you can just snap on and snap it off like so, rather than using one of these. Like I say, I don't really know anyone who uses one of these on this side of the machine. But anyway, as you can see, guys, my water trap is loose because we've stripped a bolt on this side. So that was easy peasy lemon squeezy, guys. We'll just turn them around and then we'll plug the torch and the other stuff into it, and we'll kick it down the guts and see if it goes. Yee-haw! Right, guys, as you can see, I've got my ear plugged into it now. So what I need to do is adjust the air pressure so that we get air pressure to the front gauge here. Now I'll show you how I do that. Now if you look here, guys, this is the adjuster. So what you do, first thing you need to do is like pull it up. If you want to increase your air pressure, turn it clockwise like that, and we should see the front of the gauge coming up. If you want to decrease it, turn it anti-clockwise like so. When you get to the desired pressure, guys, just pop it down like so, and then that locks it into that pressure. So let's have a look and see what we've got on the front. Just starting here, guys, can you see that? We're just starting, we're about 10 pound. So we need to get that up to, I normally run at about 60 psi. Here we go, we're coming up now. Coming up to 60 psi now, guys. 60 psi, so that's, I think that's about good for general sort of cutting. So here we are, guys, we've got our air pressure. So what we need to do now is hook up our earth lead, so we get an earth lead supplied with it as well. One thing I will say for this machine, the earth lead seems to be a little bit stronger than what the other plasma cutters give you, but we shall wait and see. So that goes in there like so, just twist them in there like that. It's about a 2.5, 3 meter lead maybe, so we'll just hook them on there. Actually, that doesn't feel too bad either. Some of them that you get are quite crappy, but you know, that makes up from a strip screw on the back, you reckon. Right, we need to put the torch on, guys. So the torch goes in here. If you can take this thing off, which is tight as. My fingernails are not that good, guys, so we'll just rip them off there. Here we go, here we go. And here's our torch, our AG60P torch. I think this is about a 4 metre torch, guys. AG60, just a standard AG60. The P stands for pilot arc. You can get an AG60 torch just for a non-pilot arc machine, just called an AG60 of course. But if you've got a pilot arc machine, you need an AG60P. Now how you tell the difference, whether you got pilot arc or not, you have an extra wire here. Normally a red one or a green one. Right, so that just screws into here, guys, like so. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Make sure it's tight. The pilot arc goes on here. Now make sure that you pull this little washer out and put your pilot arc wire on there, and then put the washer on top, and then the lock nut on top of that. So what you want to do is hold that in there really tight. Otherwise it'll vibrate when you cut, and it'll start wearing out the side of your fitting here, which is, you don't want that, because once that starts happening, you're going to have to replace these fittings. Last but not least, guys, is our off-on switch, which just plugs into here. Once again, make sure it's tight, because that'll vibrate as well. Anything that's got current going through it tends to vibrate after a while. Like so. Yeehaw! Righto, let's kick it in the guts, see what happens. We've got something going on there. Looks like we've got 10 amps there. So if we turn them up a little bit to 55 amps, let's see if it'll light up. Sounds as if we've got a really long post time here, guys. Post time is the amount of time the air comes out of your torch before it shuts off like that. Normally we can adjust them, but I don't know if we can on this. I'll have to investigate it a little bit further. But anyway, let's do some cutting and see if the thing will cut. So what we'll do, guys, is we've got some really basic cutting to try it out first. This is 3mm plate. Still good solid steel. It's covered in rust, but the pilot arc should deal with that, no worries whatsoever. So let's see if the baby will cut. Here we go, guys, straight out of the box. Will she cut? Yeehaw! There we go, guys, straight out of the box. Seems to cut alright. I'll put it through its paces on another video. But anyway, that's how easy it is to put the water trap on and get you cutting for the first time. So guys, that was the CUT-55DS from Yeswelder. I'm not sure what I think of it yet, guys. I know what I think of the instruction booklet. It's not worth the paper it's written on, but other than that, it seems to be going alright so far. But let me do some tests, and I'll put it through its paces, and I'll compare it with another couple of plasma cutters, and we shall find out, guys. We shall find out. Anyway, guys, same as usual, you like my videos, subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment. If you want to see some more plasma cutting videos, check either side. I'll put some links up there for you. You can go and check them out. Always remember to like and subscribe. Till next time, see you later. Oh, before I forget, guys, don't forget to go and check out my new YouTube channel. I'm showing you where I live, around Christchurch, around New Zealand. You might be interested in that. See ya, bye. And remember, guys, get rid of that old grinder and buy a plasma cutter. Yeehaw!